We're ready to forget the further, once and for all.
Yeah, you ain't the only one, Chief. You ever feel like there are certain franchises that have worn out their welcome? Like, they've long since run out of gas in the tank, and they're running on fumes. I ask that not just in regards to fan reception, but the lacking quality is, frankly, in the creative department as well. Isn't it strange that the studios desperately pine for these properties to continue, yet do precious little to pave new avenues for their lore to explore or build up plots for their stories to reach new heights? I have to ask, why as fans are you promised prime real estate, yet expected to settle for a vacant lot? What, for you to fill in the blanks? This neatly brings me to the Insidious franchise, and a first for my trailer gut reactions. A Blumhouse film.
Do you read Sutter Kane?
It says something about the clunky direction of these movies that they went the dual prequel route because of the meandering aimlessness of the series. They wanted a franchise, but took no steps to build up to anything, and now they're getting their first proper sequel in 10 years.
Imagine, if you will, an announcer you can barely understand. He refers to it, but you're not quite sure what he said. He seems to be eating something, or perhaps he's a little drunk. It's remotely possible that he just said something about the scary door.
In the event that you thought you would judge this movie on its own merits, silly rabbit, you didn't honestly believe that the media would allow that. They'll tell you what to think about this film. I mean, come on now. They're selling you a franchise, not promoting free will. The powers that be want you to see Insidious as the modern-day Poltergeist.
They're here.
The spirit of Poltergeist lives on in the Insidious series, which shows us an afterlife filled with restless souls, some deadly.
Slow down.
James Wan's film Insidious is a ghost story for the 21st century.
But my number 6 is Insidious.
Insidious?
Yes, Insidious. And I mean, this movie was a game changer. Mm-hmm. I mean, let's be honest. It kind of became like his version of Poltergeist.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
You know, yes. It was like it was trying to capture that thing that we felt when we were growing up with that film, Poltergeist. But if you take the sequels out of the equation and you just watch this one movie, it's a really great, effective, scary movie.
Yeah, you might want to give that another look, because appearances can be deceiving. The shill media compulsorily force comparisons between Poltergeist and its pretender Insidious, not because it's any good, not because it deserves such acclaim, but hell, someone else already put in the legwork to craft a bona fide classic that's lasted the test of time. Just hitch your wagon to them and take credit for some other film's 30-plus year legacy. See? No effort necessary. All sarcasm aside, in reality, what Blunderhouse doesn't realize in their infinite wisdom is all they've managed to craft across 5 movies is a series that just amounts to The Conjuring Light. And you don't need to follow the stock exchange to recognize consumers don't buy into pale imitations. Think I'm lying? Look how many darts they've thrown at the board in the hopes that the half-baked ghost they made up will stick in the public conscious, no doubt in a vain attempt to compete with the con job. And worse yet, every iteration of monster they've made is just some rip-off. Darth Maul, Ezra Miller, Pete Davidson, Keyface. Really? They actually called one of their menacing phantoms Keyface. I can't imagine why this horror icon didn't take off.
It's metaphorical! I'm sorry. Your name is...
Keyface.
For what? It is a name what strikes fear into the hearts of anyone what hears it.
Okay, whatever you say. I just keep imagining you waking up in the morning, sir, looking in the mirror, and in all seriousness saying to yourself,
You know what would be a really kick-ass name?
Why would you even want to model your movies after a franchise in decline? The Conjuring films have hit the skids harder than an Amber Heard turn-down service. Seriously, I'm surprised they didn't label this one the darkest chapter in the Insidiverse. Meh, close enough. Geez, now they're even resorting to painting gags.
Can find.
People really love the nun character.
Honestly, how on the nose is that art professor's instructions?
Draw an experience that defines you. Sink deep into your memory and let's see what light can find.
Pretend I said something clever and make it spookies.
It's your son.
There's something in there with him.
There's something wrong with Daddy.
These things are bad.
He's got your baby. He's got your...
Can we just admit, all of the gimmicks these movies exploit to remain memorable are as unoriginal as they are desperate? Tiptoe through the window.
I'm seeing crazy stuff.
The Darth Maul monsters. The Further itself. The tin can phone.
Some insurance companies are known for their mascots. NJM is different. We're known for a claims experience that makes our customers happy. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. NJM.
For as much as these movies insist that The Further is some kind of blood-curdling hellscape, just look at this trailer's depiction of the afterlife. It looks like a library after closing time.
Guess you could say that was long overdue. Get it? Because we're in a library.
Can someone explain to me what even is the story here? Kid catches a case of the Caspers. Off to college. Still haunted. Yawn.
Open up now. Nothing a big old kiss from you won't fix.
Naturally, they have a Lin Shaye cameo from beyond the grave in a lazy camera recording on Ghostbusting. It's almost like she prepped in advance in case she still needed 4 movies later. But the directors sure didn't when they killed her character. Oops. I started this gut reaction likening this franchise prolapse to city planning and architecture. The only thing these movies have managed is drafting the blueprint for mediocrity. It wants you to think their purgatory and paranormal have set them on the path to success, but 5 entries in, this series is about as middle of the road as it gets. Red Door? More like Red Light District. I've been Inkarnate, reminding you, I ain't just a big deal, I'm the real deal. If you're resigned to your fate, time to subscribe to your fears.
Warn your friends. Warn everyone.